we start this video, I don't want to hear your lip.
What you say, Mima? What you mean you don't want me to hear no lip?
Times you be doing it. I know you're a grown full daddy now. You got all these children.
Oh, need you to chill. This book tag is about me.
It is, darling. Yes, it is about you. Now, you know you can't sit up here this whole time. I need somewhere to put my coffee mug and some of these books I want to tell people about.
So it's like that. It's like that. Mima, I love you.
Love you, baby. I love you. Hey unicorns, welcome to the Unicorn Book Tag. I am super excited. This is an original book tag that I've been working on for a long time, and I'm so excited to actually introduce it. A couple of things before I go. A lot of these books stack the questions, but you don't have to have as many books on each question if you decide to do the tag, child. Just a book, and I think there's only one question was just like, stack the books, but all the questions will be linked down in the description below. Let's get into the Unicorn Book Tag. It's grimy dark out there, the darkest book you ever read, with an unsettling plot, theme, or unsettling setting or theme. Top of this list for me would have to be the Left Behind series. This is a Christian end times series. I'm pretty sure everybody on the face of the planet has heard of Left Behind. I recently reread it. I actually have one book left in the series. The Devil in the Dark Water by Stuart Turton. This is definitely grimy dark. It kind of leans into some spiritual supernatural things that happen, but there's always a logical conclusion in Stuart Turton's books. Zero G's The Armor Eternal. This is a Christian science fiction series. This is definitely grimy dark, definitely deals with end times, post-apocalyptic, before the return of the Lord kind of time. And so this is very interesting. Bloodlines by Sharon K. Gilbert, The Red Wing Saga. This is book 1 in the Red Wing Saga. This is a Christian thriller, gothic mystery series centering around Jack the Ripper. And if Jack the Ripper murders are actually real murders or they have some spiritual implications. Red Rising by Pierce Brown. I read this series in 2021, one of my favorite science fiction series. Definitely grimy dark. This one is not as dark as the other two books, but definitely intense with a lot of violence, a lot of great, morally great characters, all the things. Everybody done heard about this, child, Game of Thrones. This is definitely grim dark at its finest. George R. Martin. Really love this series. Now the show, content is wild in the show. I ain't even gonna hold you, but the book itself, very grimy dark, not as zated in sexual content as the TV shows do. Razor Blade Tears by S.A. Cosby. I've talked about this book ad nauseum. Definitely a grim dark thriller, but I highly recommend it if you're able to handle some of the content in it. I have my Goodreads linked below, so you can check out some of the content warnings in this. And a hero comes along, your favorite hero and or heroine in a book. To give examples for both. So favorite heroines, I got a few. Alta and Althea in the Live Ship Trader series. Let me tell you, these two characters were just phenomenal to read on the page. I hope y'all didn't think I was getting through the book Unicorn Book Tag and not mention no Robin Hobb. She best character arc I've read on page has to do with Malta by Ramble the Elderlings playlist, so you can see my thoughts as a Valancy, Blue Castle. I mean, Valancy is just, she definitely is a modern heroine, and I just love her character, her growth, her name, valor, strong, brave, all the things. Followed closely by Anne in Persuasion. This is still is literally my favorite Jane Austen character. I know, don't come for me. Maggie in This Moment. Listen, this book has such a significant impact for me personally, and I've read the 3 books already published in this timeless series, and Maggie still stands above because of what she experiences, the love, the 3 timelines she has to navigate through. It was a lineage of time crossers. This is a Christian historical fiction, one of the best I've read. And Maggie is amazing. Wistress Effect is still here. Myrrh is just absolutely amazing. This is a Christian fantasy, but Myrrh is just one of the most transformative and morally gray and complex characters that I've read in a Christian series. Her faith, her resilience, her grit, her absolute terrible mistakes that she actually knows she's making mistakes and she doesn't care. You know, absolutely the best, y'all. And from Mistborn, oh my goodness, this series is amazing. Everybody done heard about Mistborn. Thoroughly loved reading and following Vin's journey in Mistborn. I highly recommend. She's so introspective and adventurous and cautious as well, but to see her bloom throughout the series is just, it's just absolutely amazing. So rewarding, very much rewarding. Love watching her unfold on page. Miriam, I love Miriam in Spinning Silver. She by far is one of my favorite heroines in a book, and I just absolutely love her character. I love the family dynamics, her bravery, her resiliency, her grit, her money lending. She running the credit, she running the bank, okay? And I loved her story arc and how her life impacts so many of the other characters in such a positive and surprising way. Now for heroes. Desian in the Star-Lord Legacy. He is such a wonderful hero that I really enjoy reading on page. He is strong, he's brave, he is definitely unsure of his destiny in the start of this series, and to see him grow into a very strong and dependable male is just, is so inspiring, and to see his faith grow as well in this world. Jason in Dark Matter. You guys, this is one of my favorite science fiction books. I love this story. Jason is literally just the man is an absolute genius. He fiercely defends his family and his ethic system, and man, it's very inspirational. He's a very inspiring character to read on page. Fitz. He is the hero you grow to love. He don't start off as a hero. He start off very much given the boy needs some discipline. The boy needs some home training. He's just in this life trying to figure it out. And this is the first book that starts off his journey as a 6-year-old boy in the Six Duchies. Sponsors, you out there, mentees, you out there, Padawans, you out there. Playlist is linked in the description. The most amazing fictional hero, and it can be debatable if he actually is a hero, but for me in his arc, he actually turns that thing around. Paul Atreides in Dune. You guys, Dune is one of my favorite series of all time, one of my favorite science fiction books of all time. I haven't read all 8 books that Frank Herbert has written. I've only read the first 3 to get past. Like, I feel like, why do I need to read the other 5 books? But that's just me. I mean, hey, ain't no gatekeeping here. Absolutely love Paul Atreides' arc and his family dynamics and the politics and how he maneuvers, and how you just never know what his true motivation is until the very end. You actually see how he's changed, how he has grown, how faith has played an impact in that, how his family has impacted that, how the loyalty of those who follow him have impacted that, and such a courageous, albeit morally gray, very borderline kind of a villain, depending on what aspect you take it from. But man, Dune is literally amazing, and Paul Atreides, the GOAT. Y'all didn't tell me this book tag was gonna be long. Who's your best friend? Favorite animal companion read in a book? For me, it has to be Night Eyes from Fitz. Fitz Chivalry has many animal companions, but Night Eyes is my favorite. Robin Hobb Wright's animal companions in general is so nuanced and interesting, and you really dive into that in the character of Night Eyes, who is Fitz's ride or die wolf, and that's all I can say about that. What is Love? A book with an intriguing romance, friendship, or family dynamic? Question, I'm going to give examples of all 3 so you can kind of see what I mean, but you know, you pick the books you want, child. So for intriguing romance, Firefly Diaries. I loved the romance in this book's interracial romance between Noelle and the sheriff in the town, And it's just so beautiful to see that documented in a book and to be acknowledged in a book. I am in an interracial marriage. See unfold Shadow and Bone. Oh my goodness, you guys, this was just literally, I have the first book here because I don't want to really spoil where the love goes, but it's a very intriguing romance and love triangle. Love triangle was triangulating, y'all, let me tell you. And it ended up being so beautiful and intriguing and mysterious and just so YA. And I love this book. Romance in XOXO is literally so precious. Like, I loved it. Okay, it's K-pop, boba tea, it's Korean. Precious. I literally smiled. The Sword of Kaigen. This is probably the most beautifully portrayed marital romance that I've read in a book. Very in-depth, grounded look at marriage and how two people can grow apart and then grow together again, and how children impact that, how in-laws can impact that. Fantastical world they ain't got no control over can impact that. So I love the marriage here in this book. I love the relationship. It was such a beautiful grounded romance, but it was more of a subplot. So the main part of this book isn't the marriage, but you can definitely see with the characters how that impacts the whole plot of the story. Oh, fantasy book, by the way, if I ain't say. Book with friendship. So I decided on Lady Hardcastle, following Lady Hardcastle and her friend Flo. They really have a fun dynamic, and they definitely know each other very well, and their friendship clearly at the start of this book has bloomed and has been going on for years, and you immediately feel that when you open the book. And I laughed myself all the way through the city, y'all. I was kikiing. Family Dynamics. Existence by J.L. Knight. This is book 1 in the Elliot Chronicles. I've talked about this book ad nauseum, but I love the family dynamics in this series. This is a Christian non-magical fantasy series, and it is just the family dynamics just jump off the page. They have high stakes, very real family dynamics, and to see how the family is navigating all these different things, it's wild. A City by Fonda Lee. I recently completed the Greenbone Saga last year, and it was fantastic. I had a wonderful time. Do keep in mind the content for this series, though. It's a lot of violence. Think Sopranos and The Godfather in content, okay? So all the content you could think of that could be troubling, it's in here. I really enjoyed the family aspect, the clans, the dependency on one another, the politics that play on the family, the history of the family, curses that are kind of passed from son to son. It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. Marvel. Oh my gosh, you guys, I love the sisters in this series. They are just so inspiring, and I love their friendship. I love how close they are. I love that they out here trying to save one another, and then they realize the other one don't need to be saved. I'm just saying, it's just giving what it's supposed to give. Carval in and of itself is just a fun series to read. Sisterly love, just chef's kiss. The Davenports. I love this family. I love the siblings in this family. I love the parents. This is just such a beautiful family. This follows a very wealthy Black family right after the emancipation period, and I'm telling you, it is just wow. Cause child, I'm still reading the longest book series you have completed. Left Behind series, of course, out deck because of the Nephilim. This is a indie published biblical retelling of a lot of the Bible stories that we know in scripture. I highly recommend it. Definitely on the fringe of some things, so it definitely incentivized me to go back to the scriptures to see what be true of what the author presented, and I'm gonna tell you, it was a wild ride. Color Mixup, a book that is genre bending. I have Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle. I still don't know where this book falls as far as genre is concerned. Is it a mystery? Is it a thriller? Is it science fiction? Chat, I don't know. Genre bending, and it's a great time. The Vanishing of Castle Moreau. This is very much giving genre bending because it has like the gothic romantic setting of a Daphne du Maurier book, but also the historical fiction, Joe Wright thrill and pizzazz. You know what I'm saying? And so it definitely hits a lot of boxes, and this is my favorite Jamie Jo I've read to date. I gave this 5 stars. I bet you didn't see that coming. A book with a surprising plot twist or red herring. Golden Sun by Pierce Brown. This is book 2 in the Red Rising series. And I like to add this because this series, he goes to another stratosphere with this book. A galaxy far, far, far away. And it's so surprising, so twisty. Before you know it, you're like, what is happening? And you can't look away. The plot twists keep twisting. You're twisting your neck. It's a lot. And it's a good time. Skin by Ted Dekker. Whew, I read this earlier this year, y'all. First like Ted Dekker thriller that I've read, and oh my stars, what a twisty twist. I'm gonna just say there's murders happening, child, and there's a serial killer on the loose. That's all you need to know. Do you know my name? A book with a misunderstood character. In My Dreams, I Hold a Knife by Ashley Winstead. I loved this book. This is probably one of my favorite thrillers. One of the few that I've actually kept on my shelf. It is twisty, full of characters who are completely unlikable and absolutely misunderstood. The main character is very much misunderstood. 6 friends, 1 college reunion, and unsolved murder. Perfect Peace by Daniel Black. This is one of my favorite books. When the 7th child of the Peace family arrives, there's more to her arrival than meets the eye. Perfect was born a boy, but because his mother was absolutely obsessed with having a daughter, she decided to take his life and her life into her own hands, and it thoroughly impacts the entire family. This book is set in 1930s time period. Very heavy. Definitely think a modern Toni Morrison themes and tones. So definitely check out the content warnings on. It's a heavy read, but definitely a misunderstood character. That's wild. A book with an unbelievable ending. The City of Mirrors by Justin Cronin. This is the 3rd book in the Passage series. Wild. Like, it took me a couple of years to get through this series. Quite dense, and it is a high commitment to finish this series, but I'm telling you, if you get to the end, it's going to be like, that was why, for sure. The Christies, The Murder of Roger Ackroyd. Woo-wee, it just don't make sense till you get to the very end. I see why you're the queen. There's My Unicorn, a book with a magical creature or cute animal on the cover. Dragons, girl, dragons, okay? Cause dragons, okay? This is book 1 in the Raisin Dragon series. This is a Christian fantasy series, really great for middle grade and really great for young readers. I had a fantastic time, and oh my goodness, the dragons are dragoning. Man, and the dragons are so great in this series. Oh, they're so great. Purple Everywhere, a book with a purple cover. Beautiful purple book I own. It so graciously given to me by Sky for my birthday last year. I have not read it, but I love this purple book. Need I say more? Need I say more? Beautiful. Know your true colors. The Lord made you beautiful. Show a stack of unicorn color books: purple, green, blue, yellow, pink, and orange. Child, you can do one of all colors. How you can do one color if you got one predominant color, or 3 colors. Just show a stack of any of those colors I mentioned. Stack of unicorn colored books, and it actually turns out that these are some of my favorites. Let's go through them real quick. Purple books, I have Sense and Sensibility. XOXO. Blue book, I have Wishtress. My green book is The Hobbit. My yellow book is The Davenports. My orange book is Persuasion. And my pink book is Death by Bubble Tea. This is my stack. That concludes the unicorn book tag. Oh my goodness, this was so much fun. I like to tag a few friends. Would love to do this tag. Bethany, Lexi, Hannah, Taylor, T, Holly, Amanda, Sky, and Kelly. I would love for you guys to do the tag. Of course, no pressure, chop. You can't do the tag. Don't even worry about it. Don't even. Auntie's behind her book tag too. I free everyone to do the tag and participate. It was so much fun, and what a way to kick off my birthday month. And no, I'm thinking of you and I'm praying for you. May the Lord bless and keep you. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being here. I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye. Okay, say your goodbye, baby. Say your goodbye.
I'd like to thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, who's the head of my unicorn life. Secondly, I'd like to thank my beautiful wife, Ava, out here supporting me, and all my many, many children who've been out here. And that's it. All right, my mama says she'll see y'all next week. All right, bye.